Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today I'm going to tell you all about the attestation form that you have to do to fly back into the United States if you're a U.S. citizen, as well as if you're coming from other countries. I'm going to let you know about a fabulous job opportunity up in Alaska this summer, and some onboard updates, as well as what's going on with Royal Caribbean, because I've had some people ask me how their protocols compare with what Princess is requiring. And tomorrow we're going to talk about celebrities. And so first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. It is wonderful to be here with each of you. Also, a big welcome to everyone who is new. We're really glad that you're joining us. If anyone hasn't subscribed yet, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel, if you would please. And I think that it's going to be a really big help to you as well. I think you're going to enjoy being in the Let's Go family, and we share so much really useful information that you need to know if you're going to cruise soon, or you're trying to decide if you want to go on a cruise soon, just anything at all. This is the place to be. So first of all, I want to share the thing that I think is the funnest little thing that I've got to share today. So we know someone that lives up in Alaska and works for Princess, and they said that they have got lots of openings for this summer, which, you know what, if Gordon and I were retired, we would definitely be going to do this. They've got openings across several disciplines. They are really short-staffed. They are short-staffed apparently across the state. And so they need everything like bus drivers on up. And so I just thought I would let everybody know about this opportunity because, like I said, it sounds like an awful lot of fun to me. You would have a wonderful time. You would get to be in Alaska and see all of the beautiful things that there are to see, work with wonderful people, and just have a lot of fun and actually get paid for it. So that sounds really nice. And so I'll put the links below. It's just alaskatourjobs.com. And so you can look at it if you want to. And if you're looking at a boring summer and you've got time, this just might be what you've been waiting for. So I hope that helps someone out there. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is that attestation form that you need to do if you are going to fly back into the United States. So on the CDC's website, I'm going to link the link below. They have this handy dandy little flow chart, and the link will take you, like, you can, the link will be able to link you to this and the form that you need, but it's really handy. So let's just start out if you're a U.S. citizen and what you need to do to get back in the U.S. I'm going to tell you that if you are a U.S. citizen, U.S. national, a lawful permanent resident, or an immigrant, purpose of this trip is to immigrate to the U.S., you need to have a viral COVID test. So that would be your antigen, your PCR. They do the rapid PCRs, the regular PCR test. I don't think you're going to get your results back in time because it has to be no more than 1 day before traveling by air into the United States. And you have to complete and sign the attestation. So on the website there that I'm going to give you the link to, it actually has, as just, read through the information. Then as you scroll down, it will give you options for the form in different languages. And so, of course, I clicked on English since that's what I know. And it brings you to the whole form. The whole form is several pages long. But the really nice thing is when you use that link, it's the kind that you can type in your information, and then you can just print out the part that you want. And so if you meet those requirements, you just have to do section 1, which is basically about putting in your name, that you've got that COVID test. If you can't have a COVID test, it has the part for I attest that I have tested positive for COVID-19 and been cleared for travel by a licensed healthcare provider or public health official. The test was a viral test that was conducted on a specimen collected no more than 90 days before the flight's departure. And so this is going to be valuable if you've had COVID, if you're okay to travel, but you can't test negative yet, okay? So that's really handy. And so that is basically all that there is for this part. And like I said, they've got you where you can put your name, all this information, and then you'll see the section that you need to grab to sign to attest to that. So then if you follow along on this, if you're coming from another country, it tells you other sections to fill out. And so I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of it. Like I said, the link below will take you right to the page that you need, because that is required by the CDC. And so I hope this helps all of you out there. So if you are going to, for example, if you're going to go fly up to Vancouver, hop on the cruise ship and end in Vancouver, or if, for example, you are sailing from Whittier down to Vancouver, you're going and taking the plane back, you're going to need one of these forms in order to get back into the U.S. And I read through it, and it doesn't say, but I bet you they ask for it as you want to go board the plane or as you're checking in for your flight. So make sure that you've got that. Okay, and you know what, if it was me, I would print it out. I don't know, in the thing it didn't say anything about being able to show it digitally, so I don't know. So you might want to do it before you go, print it out, and then you're ready to go. If you've got any questions about that, you can ask me in the comments below or shoot me an email. I wanted to let you know that there's also like a locator form that you need to go to Italy, and someone has asked me about that. So I will talk about that probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Today is Thursday, April 21st, or else Saturday. It just kind of depends on how much time I have. And so I'll do it one of those days though, so that you can start working on that. Also, I have had a couple more people ask me about where to get tested in Rome. One person who asked is going on an MSC cruise. So MSC is not doing the testing at the port like Princess is. And so I know that at Termini they have a testing place. I know that. I've looked it up. They have it. I have also mentioned that you can book a COVID test through the tour guide, and it's just the tourguide.com. And I know that you can do that. I would like to think that at the port they've got some testing, but I haven't been able to see. If you haven't been to the port there in Civitavecchia, if I'm saying that right, it's an industrial port. Very much an industrial port. And so it's not like what you think of when you think of, I know that like in Seattle, there's, it's kind of industrial, but they are very well set up for cruise ships. And you know what, the last time I sailed out of there was before COVID. It was in 2019, and we didn't get to go in 2020 or 2021 like we'd planned. And so it would surprise me if they have built like a huge passenger, like you think of at Southampton and other places like that to accommodate passengers. So just be aware that they're a little bit different there. So I don't know if there is going to be testing there, but I will keep my eye out. But if you're not familiar with Termini, Termini is the main train station there in Rome. And if you are going to take, as I suggested, a good way to do it is like the Leonardo Express or the slower train that comes from the airport into Termini. It's just right there. And so when Gordon and I go, we're going to record a whole bunch of that for you. And if we have decent internet, we will get them up, those videos up right away so that everybody can see it. We're going to video like how you buy a ticket to go on the Leonardo Express into town, and just as many helpful things as we can. But for now, that's what I would do. If you are staying at a nice hotel in Rome, you know what? Just call them or send the concierge an email or the front desk an email and ask them if they will help you with that test. They might be able to do that. I think it just depends. And if I had been there recently, I'd probably be able to tell you, but I don't know. And so there you go. That's what I would do if I was going to Rome and I had no idea on how to get a test. Or else, you know what else I probably would really do is I would take with me one of those tests that you can order from EMAT or from Optum that you just do with a healthcare provider on the line there with, because then you would just need to have some internet. Almost, I would think every hotel pretty much has that. If not, a lot of other places do. You might have to buy something and sit down and eat it to use their Wi-Fi, but that's not hard to do. And I know that would be kind of funny to do at an eating place. But there are places to have internet there. Don't worry about that. But that's maybe what I would do if I was really worried about it. Like I said, I'm going to try my eye health test there and take it with me to the port and see if they will accept it. If for any reason they don't, they have testing at the port and I'll just pay for it and get it. But I'm on Princess. And so keep that in mind. And like I said, we will share with you everything that we learn. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about, let's see here. So we have had some questions about what Royal Caribbean is doing. Now, I have shared with you all that that up in Vancouver, Princess has said that they will give you a test at disembarkation to return to your home country. Now, Royal Caribbean is not doing that. They suggest that if you're going to need that, that you bring with you one of those e-med tests that you can do just on the ship there, and then you'll be ready to head home. The other thing that I would have in my back pocket, if you don't want to do that, is they do have all of that testing at the airport there in Vancouver. And so I think that that is a really good resource. And so that's what I would do. I've got a video about it, so just look back a couple of days and find it about testing there in Vancouver, and it will give you several options. And if you're going to get off the ship and you're going to stay in Vancouver for a few days, I've also listed some options that include like the Fairmont waterfront, as well as the Fairmont downtown. It is cheaper to get tested at the airport. And so those are the kind of the things that I would think about if I were going on Royal Caribbean. Now, I also wanted to point out to everyone that in the Princess protocols, as I told you about in my video on, I think it was Tuesday morning, about the one that has the red correction on it. That one, I point out that Princess has said a lot in their protocols. Well, not a lot, but they've got that little paragraph that I read to you about how you need to do the ArriveCan app and be ready with having already done that in embarkation. On the protocols for Royal Caribbean, they don't say that. They just simply say, here, let me read you the official words. They just say that ArriveCan, all travelers to Canada or their legal guardians must download the ArriveCan app or complete the mandatory travel information via the ArriveCan website prior to entry into Canada. This applies whether you are departing on your cruise from Canada, ending your cruise in Canada, or visiting the country as a port of call. And then they go on to just say that they are working with the government of Canada to make sure this goes smoothly. So if I were going on a Royal Caribbean ship, knowing what we know about what Princess has said, I would definitely do my ArriveCan app before I left home, or while, if you're a few days out and you're traveling, I would do it before embarkation. And then if you get on the ship and you find out that through Royal Caribbean, they want you to do it again, it's no big deal. All you do is change that the dates that you're going to do it, because you would all already have said that you were arriving by cruise ship, unless of course you're going out of Vancouver, then you say you're arriving by air. But does all that make sense? I hope that that's really helpful. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that, I talked to you yesterday or the day before about what the requirements are for unvaccinated people. And I wanted to let you know that, as we know, if you're sailing out of a port in Canada, Vancouver, they're not allowing exemptions for you to come into Canada and get on a cruise ship. But if you're sailing out of a port in the United States, like Seattle, San Francisco, and heading up to Alaska and stopping at a port in Victoria, they do allow exemptions that way. And so you can even get off the ship there in Canada, but they do say, just like Princess does, that you are going to have to be in a Princess excursion in order to do that. And so my guess is, they don't say it, but my guess is that maybe when that excursion is done, you're going to have to get back on the ship again rather than staying in port and exploring on your own. So I just wanted to tell that to anyone who doesn't know that. I've got a really sweet Let's Go family member, and I just love her to pieces. She's like, it's okay. I've got the exemption. I'm going to stay on the ship. I'm going to have spa treatments on port days. Why did she tell me this? Oh, because of the excursion thing. And if she wants to go in, she'll just go on an excursion, come back, and get her spa treatment. All of that kind of thing. And so there are lots of fun things to do, but I just want everybody to know what to expect so that you're not disappointed. Okay, I hope that helps. Now, let's see. We do have a couple of updates from really nice Let's Go family members, and so I wanted to share that with you. And first of all, we've got someone who right now, they emailed us this morning. They're on day 3 of the Grand Princess. It says the captain went on the PA system, making sure that everyone is having a wonderful cruise. They have 490 guests right now. That's not very many at all. The Grand Princess, 490 guests is what this says. I don't know if that's a typo. It could, but you know what? We're used to seeing some low numbers. So if any of you others are on that cruise, let us know. They've got an international crew from 44 different countries. And this person says they were having a problem with the medallion net on their phone, so they went to the internet cafe to see if they could get some help. And he found out that the internet settings on his phone were wrong. They were a great help, and now it works perfectly. So I shared this very specifically, not only so that you would know what's going on in the Grand Princess, because I like knowing that too, but also if your app isn't working right, pop down to the internet cafe. If no one's there, go over to customer service and ask who can help you to make sure that nothing is wrong with your settings. Because if something's wrong with your settings, it doesn't matter what they do to the app, it won't work correctly. Okay, so I thought that was very helpful. I also wanted to let you know we've got an amazing Let's Go family member. She says that they boarded the Emerald Princess in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday for the 15-day transatlantic. All passengers had to be tested again on Monday or Tuesday, half the ship Monday, the other half on Tuesday. And she says that they do appreciate them being cautious since they are going to be on the ship with so many sea days. They only heard of 2 couples having to be put into quarantine. And on the Emerald Princess right now on that transatlantic, there are 2,270 passengers and 1,030 crew members on board. And so thank you very much, both of you, for those updates. I do have some other updates, but I thought that I'll share those tomorrow because this is kind of getting probably longer than a lot of you want to watch. I do want to let you know, though, that, I talked about the cruise shortages, and I want you to know that I'm really optimistic about it because, like with the Emerald Princess going over to Europe, I'm sure she's going to pick up some more crew members, and it is easier to do there. And so as these ships sail to European and UK ports, they can pick up crew easier. And I think that hopefully that will really help out, and that by the end of the summer season, they will have everything that they need. I did have a Let's Go family member. Let's see, I had that update too. Let me see where I said it here. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, I did have one more update for you. So these good people were on the 10-day Princess Enchanted Princess sailing from March 30th through April 9th, and they were saying that they had a wonderful time and the staff was great. No problems with the luggage. Dining was at a set time that they had asked for, was honored every night, and that the crew members that they got to work with were so awesome that they are planning to book another cruise with the same people on it again, the same crew. So they said that they had their pre-embarkation done for embarkation, and that went super easy. Debarkation was great, even though the pier was not available due to a Holland America ship that was broken down at their pier. And it says Princess was on top of it and they got off on time, and so they are really excited to go on another Holland America cruise. So has anybody heard about a Holland America ship being broken down? And maybe it was just for the day that they had to do something about it. So just didn't know if anybody had heard about that. But along with that, I wanted to let everybody know that I did have a Let's Go family member just comment and say that they had just recently sailed on Holland America, and they didn't seem to have any of the crew shortage issues. And so if anybody else has experienced anything like that, sailed on Holland America recently, we'd love to hear from you and what you think about that. And I don't know if it's just because the experience of that passenger on that cruise wasn't impacted at all by any crew shortages, or if they indeed have a full crew. So I really appreciate all of you listening every day. I very much appreciate all of the information that you send to me because it really helps all of us. And so thank you so very much. And if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? And if there are other updates that you would like, just ask in the comments or send me an email and we will go through that. It is really wonderful to talk to all of you. I will be talking to you again really soon. You take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.